Hello everybody and welcome to another Tool reaction on Peace Beats with Dan Blackwell. If you enjoy my reactions, do hit subscribe, like, comment, you know the works. There will be plenty more Tool reactions and album reviews and deep dives coming your way as I journey further and further down this spiraling rabbit hole that is Tool. I really enjoyed my first listen. This will be the second Tool track I've checked out. I had a lot of requests for this one in the comments, and it is called The Pot. Now, you guys have spoken, I've listened, you've told me to stay away from official music videos. They're distracting, get into them later. Cool, I'll save it. Now, I'm interested to kind of see the different sides to this band. Somebody said that that I should check out Radiohead if I like Tool. I should check out Radiohead, and I said, funnily enough, Radiohead's my favourite band, and I think they were kind of like, well, if you like Radiohead, you're gonna like Tool. So if there's a parallel there, that's going to be very interesting for me, because Radiohead were a band that changed my life when I was a teenager and got me into music, and one of the large reasons I became a composer, you know. So to have another band like that come into my life and potentially affect me like that is always an exciting thing. And it's always just exciting discovering new music. And there are these special artists and bands out there. And yeah, I've just scratched the surface, and I want to dive deeper. So let's see what kind of sound we're getting into here, what it's going to be like. You guys confirmed that it's was it a three-piece with a lead singer? And somebody said it's a six-piece, but you know, three of those are the drummer, which is brilliant. And it's interesting, I think, to have such a technical band with so few instruments. In a sense, it really it means each of them individually have to be very creative with what they do. So let's jump in, see what's going on. This is Tool, The Pot.
Who are you to wave your finger? You must have been out your head. I hold deep in muddy waters. You practically raised the dead. Rob the grave to snow the cradle, then burn the evidence down. Soapbox house of cards and glass, so don't go tossing your stones around. You must have been high. You must have been high. You must have been.
Put your headphones on. If you're not wearing headphones, if you have access to headphones, put them on while you're listening to this. I hope the audio is coming through as clear as it is for me, because there's some really interesting panning, very of an era. I would say, like, I'm gonna guess, I don't know. Is this the late 90s? This production? I'm a big fan of this era for production, especially what they would do with panning. They like to move things around a lot. I really enjoy it, and it's kind of into unexpected places, I suppose, very outside of the norm. I love this really low bass sound. It reminds me a little bit of Korn. You know, they had a really distinctive bass. I think they had even more kind of fuzz and rattle on it, but it's in that kind of frequency, in that kind of tone. But then you've got this kind of trip grunge guitar thing going on that I am quickly falling in love with. And the vocalist is real dynamic. He's got a smooth voice. It's cool. It's cool. Let's keep it going. One more thing. I love this like DMT artwork. Really, really cool. And I like how the face is slightly shifted to the side. It's not like straight on. It's something else. I'm seeing a lot of things in it. I don't know about you guys.
You must have been high. You must have been high. You must have been.
Oh man. But so the bass, it's kind of hard to place in the sound of it and the type of kind of rhythmically and the kind of intervals he's going for. It's somewhere to me a cross between the bassist from Korn and Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm getting that. It's this kind of like funk metal thing going on, but because it's grooving so hard and it's so full, it's like it's busy work for the bassist. It's really impactful when the guitar comes in really loud. You know, I like that the guitar doesn't come in all the time. It's kind of in and out, and that's very unusual. It's not normal, especially for a guitarist to stop playing. They never bloody do that. I am a guitarist, and I know. Like, try and get me to shut up for a moment. It's it's a challenge, but to like just let the bassist just kind of take it, and then every now and then come in with something. It's it's interesting. It's all of it is it's very interesting on many levels.
Now your weeping shades are chosen in the cold elements of something you're and your pistol over my black head. You must have been high. You must have been high. Who are you to wave your fingers so full of it? Eyeballs deep in muddy waters, fucking hypocrite. Liar, lawyer, mirror, show me what's the difference. Kangaroo done hung the guilty with the innocent. Now your weeping shades are chosen in the fog. Gotta limit yourself in your high. And your pistol over my black head. You must have been. So who are you to wave your finger?
There's something really psychedelic about it, and I think that comes from the kind of shifting time signatures, the space that I'm talking about, that the three of the instrumentalists give each other. But there's bite to it. It's almost like a load of tripped out hippies put on leather jackets. You know, there's this kind of gritty, grungy metal thing going on, but it has this. It's not headbanger music. You know what I mean? It's not just bum 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 bum. It's kind of you gotta lose yourself in it, and you gotta, I don't know. You gotta kind of let go a little bit. Um, it's it's really something. I'm not just going to keep on trying to sort of compare aspects of it. It's just when you're sort of, I think it's part of my nature as a composer to sort of analyze music and work out what it is, because often if I'm kind of tasked with doing a soundtrack for something, I'll kind of get referenced. This soundtrack, Mexican, this band, listen to these songs. You know, so it's kind of part of what I do is listening to things and trying to sort of label them essentially, and then collect those labels, get the sounds, and then forget the labels and create something original. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a process. So I don't know. I'm being reminded a little bit of Temple of the Dog. I'm getting a tiny bit of Pearl Jam, honestly, a little bit in a sense of that kind of sound. Um, but it's very much Tool, isn't it? It's very much its own thing. I I really can't decide what instrument I like the most. I'm really enjoying the drums. I'm really enjoying the bass. I'm really enjoying the guitar. The vocals are fantastic. right now I've got to say the guitar, even though the bass is phenomenal in this song. But I love experimental guitar work like this, and this is exactly the kind of guitar playing that I love the most. And I mentioned Radiohead earlier. There's hints of Johnny Greenwood, the guitarist, from that, because with Radiohead they had like 3 guitarists half the time, and his job was to just make weird sounds. And that, I think, kind of changed the game a little bit. For me as a guitarist, I was like, oh, you don't just have to like learn a riff or do this or whatever. You can just make whatever sounds with the guitar, and that can be how it's kind of utilized, this sort of noisemaker that can add to the kind of the whole like bed of music, rather than playing it in any kind of traditional way. And I feel that this guitarist has a very similar outlook in that way. It's like, how can I just kind of sonically enrich this song and make it trippy and bendy and weird and coming out, rather than be like, oh, I'm gonna write these riffs and I'm gonna play this melody, I'm gonna do these chord sequences. It's a lot more like experimental and, yeah, psychedelic, you know? Hold on. I've got to pause for 2 reasons. First reason is I just talked so much so quickly that I did not get enough oxygen in. And as I put my headphones back on, I realized I was really lightheaded. I forgot to breathe, which means I'm very into the music. But I just got to compose myself a sec. Flipping heck. Oh. Jesus. Okay. Right. That build and that drop is insane. Listen to this. Listen to the guitar work here. I mean, I know if you're listening to me right now, you're saying to me, no, you listen. I've listened to this 1,000 times. But I've just got to highlight this. It's like weaving patterns, you know? Are you seeing that? Like, if you close your eyes and just see the patterns of the kind of the riff there, it's so unusual. That drum fill before it went into the final section was insane. Oh my goodness. Tool, the pot. It's so interesting for a band with 3 instruments and a vocalist to span so many genres. It's kind of this like psychedelic, tech metal, grunge, hard rock. I don't know what. It's a hell of a sound they've got, but I think I've found it's often the case with bands that play around loads with time signatures and sort of try to kind of do these intricate things that it's often very forced and unnecessary, and it's almost like sort of trying hard to be a muso snob, you know what I mean? It's like trying hard to be, oh look, I changed time signatures 15 times and there's 8 key signatures and blah, blah, blah. You know, like it's kind of showing off, or it's doing it for the sake of doing it rather than it actually lending anything to the quality of the song. And I really don't feel that at all with this. It feels like everything is entirely necessary and entirely like that's incredibly hard to write a song like this. And I'm really fascinated to know what their process is. Excuse me, what their process is to get there, to get a song like this. Like, how do they write this? I'm going to chance a guess that it stems from the drums and the bass. I think those two are locked in, and I think I've seen it a lot before with bassists and drummers where they just suddenly, they've played for long enough that they can just read each other's minds. They even know when they're going to push. Like they just know each other, you know? And I wouldn't be surprised if they just kick out some funky, crazy jams naturally without really thinking about it, that just turn into these things, and then they kind of paste them together and make it all work. And then the guitar comes along and makes a riff out of what the bass has done, and then adds all these crazy things, and then the lyrics are written and the melodies added, or the melodies added and then the lyrics are written. Potentially, that would be my guess, but I honestly have no idea. Everybody's got a different process, but I'm curious of what the process is for this. Like, how do you do this? Special. Really, really, really cool. So that was the pot. What should I listen to next, guys? I'm into doing these audio things, and it's cool as well. Like, I don't usually do this. Usually I'm doing music videos or live performances. So it's really cool to actually just listen rather than taking visually. It's a different experience for me. I'm not breathing again. This is never usually a problem. Tool's got me hyped up. It's got me real hyped up. I'm really into this, and I want to learn more, but I must do that and breathe at the same time. If you enjoy my reactions, hit the subscribe button. If you want to carry on following me in my Tool journey, and just keep on throwing requests my way, recommendations, let me know. And if you want to join my Patreon, I have all of my videos. Even if I put a video up and it's taken down by YouTube copyright or anything like that, they all remain on the Patreon. Heaven forbid if Tool comes along like and blocks the videos or something, you'll be able to find them all on Patreon. And to join, it's only $1 a month for the entry-level tier, and you can access all of the videos through there. If you'd like to make a request or show support, I also have a Buy Me a Coffee, and I'm going to put links to both of those things in the comments. Look forward to chatting to you guys in there, and as always, everybody, take care, peace and love.